Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone? I can see Becky and Wendy already in and conversing in the YouTube. My name is Alisa Tilsner and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia, and I go live every Thursday morning my time to share a little bit of Stampin' Up creativity with you. So hello. Now Wendy's already told me that it is really nice and warm and sunny in Minnesota, which it is the total opposite here. It is freezing. I actually had a quick look, and it's 10 degrees here at the moment, but feels like 3, which I did the Fahrenheit conversion, and 3 is about 37 in Fahrenheit, so it's cold. But I know you guys get it colder than what we do, so I shouldn't really complain. But I've got my blanket on my lap, and dare I say, I've actually got my hot water bottle on my lap as well to keep me warm. So if you see me fidgeting around, it might be because the hot water bottle is actually burning my lap. But I'm keeping warm this way. Hello from the UK. Good morning, Tracy. We have got so much going on today, but I will talk about all that later, because today we are going to play with the Bird's Eye View stamp set. And this isn't normally a stamp set that I would purchase, but the sample, one of the card samples in the catalogue, they were just so cute, and I thought I have to have it. So we're going to play with that, because otherwise, if I don't play with it now, it'll probably sit in my cupboard with the rest of my stamps and not get played with. So I am pulling it out and we are playing with it. So hello, Elizabeth. Let's get switched around to the other camera, and I am going to apologize. I'll just bring that a little bit that way, just so that you don't see actually I could probably pull my mat down just so that it's all nice and the bottom of the screen for you. And I do apologize for the color of my hands, because like I said, it's freezing here at the moment, and my hands tend to go bright red. But anyway, so I have got an interesting color palette today. It's a Global Design Project color palette. This is the challenge for this week. So 2 of my favorite colors are in it. Yay! So, but it's always good to play with our favorite colors, right? Because it stretches you. And when I say favorite colors, I mean I don't like them. So we've got Bubble Bath, which I'm not really fond of. It's a little bit too purple for me. And we've got the Lemon Lolly, which I'm also not overly fond of. So, but it's good to push yourself out of your comfort zone, right? So we're going to try. Yes, Bookworm would be nice. And I think it's like got a little night owl look, because this is such a cute set, because you can do the book owl. Now I'm not a book owl, bookworm. Yeah, it's not a book owl, is it? It's a night owl, isn't a bookworm. So but you can do a stack of books. So maybe he's just wise because he's read lots of books. But this is really cool. So you've got your little chickies, all your different, oh, look at him. I didn't even notice him when I was looking at it. But you can pop on your glasses. So he can have reading glasses. He can have the cool glasses, which I guess you could change into sunglasses if you wanted to. And then we've got the, now they're called a monocle. Is that what they're called? Am I pronouncing that right? I don't think they are. So Shaz says that they are 2 of her favorite colors. Wow. Yeah. Not me. No, I don't know why. I just haven't meshed with them. But anyway, I'm going to keep playing with them. I'm not going to set them aside. I am going to push myself to play with them. So, but these are really cool. And I'm not a big Harry Potter fan either, but I have seen there's an owl on a stack of books, is there? So you could sort of try and replicate something like that to be a Harry Potter thing as well. So, but yeah, I've never read the Harry Potter, never seen the movies, but you know, I guess there's that sort of thing is around as well. So you could do that with it. It doesn't have any sentiments, which leaves you open to picking sentiments from all over the place. So now I have got a little bit ahead, because I was thinking, oh, I was going to color with blends, but then I realized I haven't actually purchased any of the new blends. So I don't have blends in those colors yet. So I have pulled out my watercolor paper. Can you believe it? I've pulled out my watercolor paper. So this is the fluid watercolor paper. I've done this already. because I actually have got more images and I've pre-colored them. So I have stamped on with Stays On, and I did use my Stamparatus so that I could get a really good solid background, because I don't know whether you can see, but because the fluid is a little bit textured, sometimes you need more than one inking to get a really nice black outline. So I have pre-done these. I don't think I need to do any more, but how cute is he with his glasses on? I think that is just super, super cute. So we are going to do a bit of watercoloring, and I am going to do the leaves first, and I've got my parakeet party. So I do apologize, I cannot zoom in, but if you happen to be watching on YouTube, you can actually pinch your screen if you are not on a, actually I don't know whether you can do it on, whether there's a clickable thing on desktop, but if you're on a mobile device, so an iPad, iPhone, other devices, tablets, blah, 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 if you pinch your screen, you can actually zoom in, so you can probably see a little bit closer what I'm doing that way. And the other thing before I start my colouring is that I've got to find it. I don't give measurements or anything while I'm colouring in, so if you want to head on over to alisatilsner.com when we are finished, not right now because then you'll miss, unless you fancy you can have two screens open at the same time, but you can head over to my website, alisatilsner.com, and you can subscribe to my newsletter. So the card that we will be making today will be going out as a free written PDF tutorial. Whew, okay, are we ready to go? If my fingers will work, they're a wee bit frozen. So what I have done already is I put a drop of re-inker into my lid. You can squeeze them if you want. And I'm going to swing this way around. So first of all, I'm just going to get a little bit of a wash going on. Just so what I do is I just grab a little bit of the ink and I pull it away from the rest of the puddle, and I make it a little bit watery. So that way I can have a nice light lay down to start with. And then I'll just give that a moment and it will semi-dry for me. And I've got my trusty rags over here, my watercoloring rags, which double up as a coaster as well, by the way. And I really should get some new ones. Okay, so that's probably dried a wee bit. Let me go back to my comments. Pinching the screen, yes, it is the bit. And you guys told me that, so I wouldn't have had a clue otherwise. Okay, so with my second colouring, I am going to pick up some of this, which is direct ink. And it's just leftovers from last night. Now, I'm only going to colour one side of this leaf. So I'm going to have one side that is dark and one side that is light. So not, you know, no fancy shading or anything like that for the leaves. So one side light, one side dark. Super easy. And you can even let that dry a little bit, and then you can go over it a third time, because when it will dry, and I'm just going to lift it to the screen, when it dries, it'll settle down even more. So you can even go over that a third time. Get it one side nice and dark. And because we're using the fluid watercolor paper, you can go over it as many times as you like. And my water brush isn't overly wet either, otherwise it would flood. You can go over that as many times as you want, and you're not going to get any pilling of your cardstock. If we were working on basic white, I'd probably have little balls of cardstock floating around by now, or I'd have gone through my cardstock. All right, so I'm going to turn him around, try not to get my hands in that way. So I'm thinking about colouring this guy here. And I'm thinking I'm going to do his body, his little face, which is so cute. I'm going to bring him up a little bit closer again. I'm thinking about doing his top of his body in the bubble, and I keep calling it bubble gum, bubble bath. And his wings in a darker bubble bath. And then I thought for his little belly, I might try and go from green and blend down into yellow. So, and that will be my three colors. So now you can either squeeze your ink pads. You got to give them a good squeeze, these ones, and it will transfer ink that way. and then I will show you another way as well. So just make sure you've got all that green out of your pen. Okay, and again, I'm just going to squeeze that. And now I've just had a message, so hopefully I'm still going live, and hopefully that didn't interfere. It came through on my iPad. I switched my phone off because my husband's just gone away for tonight to work, and he always messages me when we are live. So I switched my phone off, but now it's come through on my iPad. So hopefully, and normally when he messages me, I can't talk and color in at the same time. Normally when he messages me, it interferes with everything and kicks me out. So I'm hoping now that I'm still going. Now that is really, really pale, and I'm not going to go, I'm going to leave where his glasses are white. So, and I might actually go a little bit darker on him because that is really pale. Really, really pale. Okay, so to make it darker, we're going to grab a drop of the re-inker. So we'll do his wings, and that will be pretty intense. You only need one drop. Okay, and then you can pick that up directly, and this will be should be a fair bit darker. And I've not got much water at all coming through my brush. There we go. Lot darker. And again, I'm just going to leave that area where his glasses are white. I'm pretty sure that's what they did in the catalogue, which is cute. Let me grab that, and I'll just see whether they coloured that bit in. I think it's page 40 something. 40 something. There he is. Look. How cute is he? All right, so they did colour in the wing part. This little guy here, he's super cute. That was the one that got me. That was the sample that was like, oh, okay, I have to buy that because he's just too cute. All right, so I've got really, really nice dark wings here. And so because I've done that, I'm actually going to make a little bit of a slightly darker wash because his body is really light. So I'm just gonna deepen that up now. All right, now he's done. I will put that away and clean off your brush again. All right, so now I'm going to blend from green into the lemon lolly, parakeet party into lemon lolly. I might actually just put a dripper in here straight away. Wowzers, look at the color of that. It's almost like fluorescent, isn't it? Drop them into that one. Now, if you don't want to put the droppers into your lids because you don't want to get your lids all messy, what you can do is just drop it straight onto an acrylic block and use that as a color palette as well. So he's cute, isn't he, Lou? Okay, so now I'm going to go lightly to start with. So drag, if you can see, just drag some of that color away because you can't take away once it's too heavy, but we can always go back and add more. So I'm going to start with my green. And then I just want a little bit, so bring my rag in so you can see what I'm doing. So just wiping that off until it runs clear again. And then drag a little bit of that drop away and make a watery palette. And then I'll start at the bottom with this one and I'll work my way up into the green. And then just blend over that line. And we've got a little bit of a color going on. Again, it is very light, so I'm going to come in and do a little bit more. So I'm not going to be too fussed about whether I get all that yellow off at the moment, but I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab some of this heavier side. So just water it down a little bit so I've got some flow. My paper's probably a little bit wet still, so I can go dark. Because you guys know me, I like rich, bold colors. Okay, wipe that off. Grab a little bit of the darker yellow and then come in at the bottom and blend up into that green. So I don't think we've ever had a bird this colour, but you know what? Does it really matter? We can do whatever we like, can't we? Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with him. So I will pack these up. So I have got my colours out. I've got some of my cardstock happening. I've got a layout in my head, and then I was just going to do like a regular card, and then I was going to do a panel across it. But I've had a complete new thought as I was drifting off to sleep. I'm just going to let them dry a wee bit before I cut them out. And I do already have a couple of leaves, and I've got the branch already stamped as well. So the branch I coloured in with crumb cake, and then I just did a little bit of, what's that called? What's that new one called? Copper clay. I just did some copper clay and a little bit of shadowing underneath that, so you can sort of just see the difference in the two. So we can, Lou, we can have whatever colour we want. And you know what? We can have whatever colour flowers we want. I did a party once and I had blue flowers, and they all complained because, you know, who has blue flowers? And I'm like, really? Anyway, we can do whatever we want. And yes, there are blue flowers in the world. Okay, so I am using the Countryside Corners, and I am actually going to change the shape of my card. So with me, and I've got my blankie on my lap, which I can't see. Oh, I got this behind me so I didn't have to get up and disrupt the warmth on my lap. Oh, if you're coming in late, I have put my hot water bottle on my lap. It's cold. Okay, so hopefully I can do this without standing up. So here's my card base. I've got it already folded. So I've got the spine at the top, and what I'm going to do is pop the largest of these dies, and I'm going to line it up with the bottom. So my card bases are 5" by 4" when they are finished. So I'm just going to line that up so I know that that edge is straight. And you'll notice that the top of my die doesn't go onto my card. So this way, when we cut our dies, so you can see there, it's off the edge. So if you're doing a regular half an A4 cardstock, just make sure that this bit here is over your spine. Okay, otherwise you'll, whoops, there's my doorbell. Oh, he's gonna have to wait, I think. But it's probably going to be in the, do you guys mind? Because otherwise it'll get left in the rain. Because it's raining, so I'll be as quick as I possibly can. Oh. Thank you. I'm coming. Oh, apologies for that, but otherwise he'll leave it in the, oh, Avon. I wish it was Avon. It's not even anything interesting for me. It's work stuff for my hubby. But if I don't go and pick it up at the door, it'll get drenched. And I'm sure that won't be very handy at all. Okay, so back to this. So we have die cut. Actually, I should be really grateful that he stopped at the door, because, you know, a lot of the time they just dump it in the driveway and run. But I'm teaching them. They're getting better. Oh, gosh, I know Christina is freezing. So anyway, so now I have got a card shape that will walk like this. So how cool is that? And it's it's not, you know, too small. I think you could have it quite nicely as a you know, a smaller gift card type thing. Okay, see now, how can I be that out of breath? That is disgusting because I ran. Okay, rightio. Oh, I should check to see whether my stuff still fits. Yes, it does. Yippee. Okay, it's all good. Now, I am going to now, and I was like, he goes to the door and he's like, oh, hello, and I'm like, because normally if I just yell out, thank you, they'll leave it and run, but he wanted to check my name, even though it's addressed to Craig. Okay, so now I'm just doing a layer. There we go. Oh, now that's one thing I didn't get. I was going to check my ink blending brushes to see whether I had one for the yellow. All right, so I've got a layer now. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to emboss that one. So I need to put those plates away. Keep that one. Bring that one. Hello, Laura from Michigan. I know, and I think Adelaide, I think you're supposed to cop a whole lot more rain than what we are. Okay. And my eldest son has gone, he left to Adelaide yesterday, so I'm glad that it was a dry ride for him yesterday. Okay, so this is the embossed brick, which I am loving at the moment. So I'm going to line up, where do I want it? Some of these areas have got like a lot of the texture or grunge, and then you've got big patches of the brick. So I'm actually going to try and get as much of that brick pattern as I possibly can, because I like it. But you can move it around your folder to get whichever patches that you like. The magnetic plate, I don't know what they are doing with that. I don't know whether they're working on the background that we don't know about, or whether they've just given up, because I like the idea of a magnetic plate. Oops, there we go. Okay, isn't that beautiful? It's just so nice. All right. Do I need to die cut anything else? Can I put this away? I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. I'll put it behind me so I don't trip over it or step on it. Lou says she's. Oh, you give your postie treats. We have two posties. One who does the parcel. Our postie who delivers our letterbox stuff. He is amazing. He will even drive, like if it's something a little bit bigger that won't fit, because we've had our letterbox blown up a couple of times. So Craig actually made the slot a little bit smaller so that they can't put those. I think they were using those little canister things that you can get for your what are they called? Your fizzy drink bottle thingies. Anyway, we've had our letterbox blown up a couple of times. So Craig actually made the slot a little bit smaller so that they can't put anything other than mail in there. And when we get a smallish parcel, our postie on the motorbike, he actually drives up to our back door and delivers. So he is really cool. That embossing folder is, I love it. I am going to, I think I'm just going to add a little bit of green around this layer. So parakeet. Oh, you can see how I was playing with it yesterday too. All right. I think I've got granny apple green on there, which isn't going to matter too much anyway because they're similar colour, but we'll put some green around. Don't need a whole lot, but I do want to just differentiate it from the base a wee bit. Okay, so that sort of helps separates that a little bit. Oh, I wish our postie guy does. It was a contractor and our last people were fantastic, and then about a year and a half ago. It got sold into somebody else's hands, and anyway, I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, so what I'm going to have is these guys. Oops, I'm trying to pick this one up. I haven't cut it out yet. That's a bit of a ninny thing, isn't it? All right, let me cut these guys out quickly, and thankfully they don't take a whole lot to cut out. I wonder if I can cut and explain things that are going on in the Stampin' Up world, because today is a massively huge day if you didn't know. It's the 6th of July here in Australia already, so if you are not in Australia, you've got these things to look forward to tomorrow. So we have the bonus days. If you've been around and you've known Stampin' Up for a little while, you'll know that I don't think we had them last year, but the year before and for the past couple of years before that, we had bonus days. So basically for every $90 worth that you spend during July, they will give you $9 back. You'll get a little coupon code after you've placed your email, and you can then go, oops, I think I stuck my finger. Oh, I bled a little bit. Anyway, you can't notice. Where is he? He's bled a little bit. The green's bled a little bit. That's okay. Only if you're looking up close, you can see it. Anyway, so in August, you will be able to use those codes. So you will get $9 off your order. So you're basically getting 10% off your order for next. 10%? No, that doesn't work out. You're getting a 10% credit on your order. So $90 equals $9. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, how pretty is this? We have got a brand new kit that has just been released today. So while you're shopping for your 90-day, your bonus days coupon, your $90, you can pop this in there. I didn't actually look at the price. I think I'm going to get it. I don't normally get the kits, but I'm thinking that I am going to get this one. And it's very, very pretty. Very pretty. So that one's available. And then two more things. We have also online exclusives. Now, this is just a portion, so you need to go to the online section and check out all the online exclusives. And I'll tell you what, there's one item that I'm putting on my list today, and I will tell you what it is in just a minute. And the other thing that you want to check out quickly is the clearance rack, because apparently that has been updated as well. Now, come back to my comments. So, scoring blades, that's my cutting blade. Scoring blades, we have never been able to purchase them before. We can now purchase them in a pack of 2. And why do you want one when you think, well, it's a scoring blade, they don't go blunt? But my scoring blade, and you probably won't be able to see it, it's got 2, like on the little ends here, it's got 2 little lugs on either side of it, and that's what holds it in the, and it's got one on the top and one on the bottom, and that's what holds it in the track of your cutter. And I've been noticing mine keeps falling out, and I've been wondering why, but the little lugs on the back where it holds it in the track have broken off. So now all I've got is just a raised slot thing. It's really, really hard to see. But anyway, those little lugs have broken off, and that's why it keeps falling out of my paper trimmer. I've only just figured it out. So that is going on my list straight away, because thankfully I don't take my paper trimmer anywhere, but it's really annoying because it keeps falling out. That's my story. So if you're after paper scores, okay. The other thing I thought I'd do, oops, no, I'm dropping it. Is that going to be big enough? So there he is sitting there at the moment. And the other thing I want to do is to pop I don't know whether he's going to be big enough. I might have to use, I've got them here because I pulled them out just in case. That's the 2 3/8 circle punch, but I'm thinking it might not be big enough. I'm thinking I might have to go to my biggest circle die. So I'm thinking that that is going to be better. And I'm pretty sure that I can cut this out with my mini. I can. Hello, Donna from Melbourne. Welcome, welcome. We are playing with Bird's Eye View stamp set today. All right. So, oh, and this month's free tutorial for my purchasing customers, and I do have a code too, by the way, so you can look that up. And I'm just going to make sure that my crack doesn't cover my circle. Oh, that's really bad. I shouldn't say stuff like that. The free tutorial, I'm just waiting for Lisa in the US to catch up because they've had their 4th of July celebrations, but it is the Zany Zoo stamp set. So regardless of the size of order that you place, when you do place an order with me, we send you a free tutorial. And this one is the Zany Zoo one. So there'll be 6 cards, written cards. So even if you don't have Zany Zoo, you might be able to take inspiration. You might have a different animal stamp set. You might have this one. You might pick up a color combination that you didn't think of, or a layout, or just a direct substitution if you wanted to. Oops, have I frozen? No, good. Okay, so I'm going to hang that off the side. So I will trim, because obviously I'm not going to have all of that, but I will trim the excess, and then I can have these guys poking around and him sitting on there. Ta-da! Look at him, he's so cute. Okay, so now I need a little bit more pink to tone in, I think. So I am thinking I can do a happy birthday because I do need to replenish, and I do need to grab a bit of bubble bath. Bubble gum. Oh, down with my purple. I think that's bubble bath. Fresh freezer. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe that's not. Is that the right colour? Oh, yeah. It looks pinker in the ribbon than what it does. So I'm thinking I'm just going to stamp Happy Birthday in black on here and trim it. What do you guys think? You loving it so far? Oh, cool. Very cool. And I'm not going to Stampin' Stays on because I'm not going to watercolour this one. I'm just going to use Memento. Oh, I forgot to mention he is a photopolymer, so which is really handy for when you want to color, like stamp his glasses on him. Happy birthday. Blossom, oh, $23. Is that all in Australia? Australian dollars. That Blossom Wishes one, which is this one here, is only $23. Now you get, they are slimline cards, and you get 8 cards to make in the pack. Hey, maybe I should get it and then try and come up with, come up with some alternative stamps to go along as cards. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. That run to the front doors puffed me out. Whoops, hang on a minute. Now I've got, there we go. Get myself messed up here. 23, that is all. Unbelievable. That is good. I'm definitely going to get it. All right, normally I'll trim my sentiments super, super tight, but I am going to give this a little bit of breathing space. Not much, but because it is super small. You liking the card? Cool. I've got some ribbons there. I've actually got ribbons in all 3 colors, but where are we? There you go. Now you can actually see them. So I was thinking maybe to put some ribbon somewhere, although that's quite a thick ribbon, but I think I actually need a bit more of the pink in because I don't have a lot of pink. Whoops. I don't have a huge amount of pink going on, so I feel like I need a bit more pink, but I don't know that ribbon is the answer. Let me trim this circle down. Let me stick the circle on and trim it down so we can get a better look of what is going on with my card. Look, I can hold it up to the light and see where he's going to sit. All right, let's get this done. Now, I had a little discussion on my Facebook page about tape runner or glue, green glue. Now, and a lot of people said they didn't like the tape runner because it would get messed up. So I experienced that too. So you'll probably notice that I'm constantly rolling because the glue gets stuck. And part of that reason is because the edge of my glue is all gummy and it sticks to that gummy edge. So I need to get out my isopropyl alcohol and clean that off. And the other reason is because I don't flick backwards. If you flick backwards, that tape is straight up the top there and you can just keep using it again without having to roll forward. So that is a couple of little tricks. Now I need to come in, let's stick it there. Now I need to trim off the edges. So I'm going to be naughty, I'm going to use my trimmer. Tombow green glue, yes. So because I use this a lot and I've just started getting back into my green glue. My green glue. I think it was the card that I made last week that had the really super fine layers and I needed the green glue to give that little bit of slip factor. I'm just going to trim along there as well. I am using my trimmer because I cannot cut straight for the life of me. And just trim that a little bit off. There we go. Okay. The list of the online exclusives in Australia, they are available. So on the 6th of July is when they will be available. So I don't know what time it is for you at the moment, Becky. I'm going to need to bring that a little bit further that way to get all of these leaves happening. And my little owl. I should cut between his legs, really, shouldn't I? So I can either pop that. I wonder if I can do, oh, you know what? Let's try something a little bit different with this. Let's see if it'll work. And, oh, but I don't have any. I do have some of this though. I was going to say I've run out of glue dot. God, you know what? I was thinking the other day, I put an order on and I'm like, I know I needed to order something. I've run out of something and I can't remember what it was. It was glue dots. Somebody remind me to put it on my order today. Glue dots. Alisa needs glue dots. All right, so I'm just using the tear and tape. And get that off. I don't know whether this is going to work or not. So, and I'm overhanging a little bit, so I'm just going to fold that back on itself. And I'm going to stick it to the ribbon. And get my ribbon scissors, put you aside so I don't get mixed up. And trim them off. All right, so now these have got a silver edge on the top and the bottom of them. So I'm just going to cut, if I can see, I'm going to cut the edge there. Whoops. And then hopefully I can fray this edge a little bit. So we might need to pull a few of these strands out. So you can see all these little strands are just coming. So you can see all the little strands are coming out. And then hopefully I can just give that a little bit of a fray. So we've got like a little fringy thing going on. And that way I can just have something a little bit different on my card. You know what, I'm probably going to find all these hairs. There's ribbon hairs everywhere now. Okay. And hopefully that should stop pulling because I've got the tape all on that side. So there we go. So I've got a little bit of a frayed, soft frayed ribbon, and I don't even mind that that sort of sticks out on that side. I think it sticks out on the other side too. So don't even mind that at all. So that's just something a wee bit different. Okay, put you aside, and that sort of makes my birthday sentiment a little bit bigger, and as well. Okay, what am I going to use? Do I still need bling? I probably do, don't I? What will I use? You guys think of a bling, and I'll see if I've got it. What do I have? What do I have? Anyway, oh, I think, you know what? He also needs, he needs some. Do I have enough? I've got new ones. I've discovered I've got 2 new ones sitting in my cupboard waiting for me as well. Okay, let's move on. Let's get this going. So I think I'm doing pretty good considering I'm using colours I don't really fancy. So let's stick you up. Basic rhinestones, I know, they're my go-to, aren't they? They are just love them. Oh, I've got some, I may have some iridescent ones left still. I know I was getting low. That would probably be nice because it would pick up the bit of pink. And I don't have any of the in colour. Oh no, because they're not in colours, are they? Oh, dearie me. Get my head straight. All right, so let's pop that guy up. I think we'll leave that down. You know what? I'm going to cut in between his legs too. They're not that tricky. There we go. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? I don't know. Can't remember. It's gone. It's gone out of my head. Ombre ones. Oh, I don't have those ones. I don't, you know, oh, it's really bad. I keep going, I don't have them. I don't have them. I don't have a lot yet from this catalogue, I have to admit. All right, so we'll pop you down. Okay, and then we can, that's way too much. Way too much, and that's why I don't get along well with the green glue very often. And we'll put you on this side, and it's got room to hang you out. Okay, you can hang off the edge a little bit, so we've got that going on. I could also colour between, oh yes, I could definitely colour between his legs. Actually, that's not too bad now. That's not too bad. Okay, let's stick him up with dimensionals. Oops. This is cute. Glossy dots. Oh, I don't know that I got glossy dots either. Yeah. I'm hopeless. All right, we'll pop you on. And where shall I put him? Underneath? And I reckon probably underneath. All right, we'll use some of these. I need to invest in some more of these embellishments. Hopeless. I have a, yes, I do. I normally use a glue pen, just a Zig one. That's what I normally use because I can't cope with the green glue very often. But they're running out, and one of them, the nib has just trashed, is just completely smashed up. So I need to get some more of them as well. I need to sandbox Stampin' Up again and say, we need our 2-way glue pen back. Okay, so there we go so far, but I think he definitely needs a little bit of sparkle. Oh, what? I'll just put some of this sparkle on first. Clear rhinestone. I know. You know what? If I had the blends, I would be colouring my rhinestones in that pink, but I don't even own the blends yet. You guys are probably thinking, what do you own, for goodness sakes? Not much. I'm going to have to do another little competition too. Guess how many stamp sets Alisa owns at the moment? So we've got a little bit of tinsel. I don't even have the tinsel gems. I do have the sparkle gems. I have sparkle gems. I can't colour them though. I've got, oh, will they match, do you think? They're berry burst, but I wonder whether they would match the pink ones. I've got the sparkle gems. I've got the in colour dots, but of course they're not the right colours. Not doing too well here. I think that's all I've got, apart from neutral basics and things. So, but I sort of wanted a little bit more pink. Do you reckon that would tie in? Or is it too out of shade? Would it matter? Do you think it would matter? I can always put one on and I can always take it off if it doesn't. I can always take it off, right? What am I looking for? I only want 3 of them, for goodness sakes. Surely that would be okay. Now I'm going to have trouble trying to find a place to put them. These are too pink. Oh, are they still too pink? I don't know. I think maybe because they're on the yellow, it sort of takes away a little bit on the yellow and the green. I'm not having a good time with gems. It's okay. I'm leaving it at that. I'm not having a good time with gems. You know, sometimes the placement is so easy and they just like fall onto it, and other times it's like it's not going to work. Okie dokie. Here we go. He's cute. And I have succeeded in the colour challenge. I've got all 3 colours going on, and it's a cool little different card. Of course, you would, you know, cut out another die cut in there to go in there. You could stamp the leaf in the inside if you wanted to. You could even stamp the little baby chick. You could stamp him in there and just give him a really light color, because you don't want to be, you wouldn't want to be using your fluid watercolor paper to be sticking. Or you could always stick white down and then color up a whole new one and cut it in if you wanted to. Colored it in and stuck it in. So here you go. There we go. And he's got, you can't quite see, I need to get a new Wink of Stella out as well, because it's a little bit sparkly, but not a whole heap. But so perfect. Cool. I'm happy with it, except for the sequins. I should have, anyway, I don't know. We won't look too much. And that'll settle down around the outside as well. Okay, I think that is it. So I will just swing around ever so quickly and just remind you that being the 6th today, and if it's not the 6th for you yet, now you know what's in store for you on the 6th. So we've got the bonus day starting. We've got online exclusive starting, that gorgeous kit. I am going to get that. I think I'm going to get it and try and do some alternatives, and clearance rack. So 4 things to be looking out for today for the rest of the month. So only up until the 31st of July. So fantastic. Okay, we will wrap it up. And don't forget, if you do want to get the tutorial for this card, then make sure you are signed up for my newsletter. You can get that on my blog, which is right there, alisatilsner.com. Hit the subscribe button and you'll get 2 free tutorials straight up. And then after that, every Friday morning my time, so it might be Thursday night your time, you will receive the card that we make in our live today. So fun. And then you'll have all the instructions and you'll be able to print it out and follow along if you want, and bring the video up again and follow along with the video and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm nice and toasty warm because I've got flaky. And I'll transfer it to the computer room with me, so at least I can take it and keep warm there. Have a great day. Oh, when am I next with Pip? That is the 19th of July. So not next week, the week after, on the Wednesday. And we are going to be playing with the Paper Florist dies. So that will be fun. I've ordered mine. I think she's ordered hers. So that'll be a fun night as well. So that's nighttime, my time, on a Wednesday night on the 19th. Wednesday morning, lunchtime-ish if you're in the UK, and silly o'clock if you're in the US. But you can watch the replay. Cool. Okay, thank you, everyone, and we will catch you again same time next week. Have a great weekend and stay warm if you are freezing, or stay cool if you are hot. See you later.